All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Victorious Ones podcast. So right now, trying to work out some technical difficulty issues with my guest that's supposed to be coming on. I know she just recently, I just recently sent an invite, and and so she just tried to add it to the stream earlier. I'm gonna see how things work out this time. But without further ado. Of course, I'd like to go into, to my thoughts about Crown Jewel this past weekend. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to those wrestling girls, for inviting me to their fourth 4-year anniversary, celebration on Saturday in Brooklyn. For the chance for me to display my art and everything like that, and but at the same time, I did get a chance to see Crown Jewel, at least the things I could see, like overall, it was a pretty solid pay-per-view or premium live event. Excuse me. I give like as far as the overall card, I give it about a 3 out of 5. AJ Styles WWE titles. You know what I mean? So, as far as that's concerned, Brock versus Bobby, I figured that Brock would win. Let's see if I can get her in now. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfect. All right, excellent. Sorry about that. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, the one and only, the BCW champion herself. We finally got her on. None other than Ruthless LaLa. How things going? Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. I guess because I hadn't broadcast yet. So how things going?
Oh no, man. I'm on recharge mode right now. I've kind of disconnected from all social medias. So I gave you my word that I would do this podcast. So I still like to keep my word. But I'm just mentally drained right now, so I'm just recharging. You know what I mean? So before this weekend.
Sure. All right, no problem. I totally get that. In fact, I got the message on Twitter, by the way. But as far as that's concerned, at least outside of that, I definitely want to at least cover a few things. I don't know if you've seen Crown Jewel this past weekend.
I did.
What'd you think about it?
Wasn't bad. The match between Roman and Logan, I really enjoyed. I could have went without the Jake Paul and the entourage, like that whole thing, because that was horrible. Because like that's hard. Like, how are you supposed to be like this tough dude, but then yet like when it comes to solo and like everybody else, you like hesitant. Like it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. That part I don't get. I'm glad the Roman won. Hence that's why I got the shirt. And
I wasn't worried that Roman was like. I knew Roman was going to retain the title. Like they told a great story. It was good. I liked it, but I already knew Roman wasn't going to lose.
Yeah, same here. And by the way, I don't know if you caught this, LaLa. There was actually a visual of Roman, at least of Logan Paul getting ready to do some type of like dive or something, and Roman catches him with the Superman punch.
Yeah.
But the screen, like the way they captured it though, was that it reminded me of like a Silver Surfer cover. Was like Thor versus Silver Surfer. So Silver Surfer's coming down on his surfboard, coming down like the Rainbow Bridge or whatever, and Thor's on the other end swinging his hammer. And so it reminded me of that. So whoever's behind that camera, they absolutely deserve more than a raise, whatever reward they get for that. The storytelling and then with the way that Logan did that dive with the camera, I'm like, with the phone, how does that happen? You know what I mean? So, but but of course, without further ado, I definitely wanted to get into at least get into some other things, if you will. If you will,
That's cool.
okay, yes. So as far as that, I had a few had a few questions lined up already previously.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So I want to know as far as like your beginnings, if you will, in terms of as far as Ruthless LaLa's journey, or Tanya, if you will, if you'd like to go ahead and say that.
No, 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 no,
We're not going there, huh?
no, no, no. I don't. Only very, very close people can call me that, and even still, then I don't. Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm,
respect it. I respect it. It's joke.
mm-mm.
It's all jokes, but I respect it though.
No,
But yeah,
you're good. My journey was somewhat of a adventure in its own. I started at professional championship wrestling in Arlington, Texas. Um, inside the Six Flags Mall before
mm,
they end up getting their own building.
wow.
That's actually where I met Rodney Mack and Jazz. I've known Rodney Mack and Jazz since I was 14 years old. They've been nothing but family to me. Um, so just I started my training out with Lance Hoyt, BJ Turner, and Steve DeMarco. And I finished my training with Steve DeMarco. Um, it was a lot of hardship. Um, things are a lot different than how they were back in the day. I had actually started paying my dues in wrestling when I was 15 before I started training in '03. Um, so I had already knew that this was something that I really wanted to do. And I would go and help in concessions or be the food runner, anything that I could do to pay dues and try to get my foot in the door to where I could train to be a professional wrestler.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I remember there was I remember like Xavier Woods was saying something along the lines of of how there are people who are who are not happy that they're on that they're not on TV or like behind catering whatever. But his thing was his advice to them was was like whatever opportunity is given to you, whatever is whether big or small, make the most out of it, and then that will open up doors for other things to come. And so that's that in and of itself right there. I mean, that speaks volumes. So, pretty much, since you're, from Texas and everything like that. So if you could tell me like who were some of your inspirations or your favorite wrestlers of all time, whether growing up or even now.
Uh, Undertaker, Great Muda, Stan Hansen, JBL, Kenta Kobashi,
Ooh,
um, William Regal. Those are like the mains of people that I watched and I studied. I love watching like just pick apart their opponents. So that would be the individuals for me. They're not Texas based as some would think. I spent majority of my wrestling career, studying New Japan, Japanese wrestling, all sorts. Bull Nakano, Aja Kong, like these are women that like I just see just fuck people up. Like I love it. Um, yeah, Awesome Kong, Jazz. Uh, yeah.
nice choices, and since you mentioned those names, Taker is definitely on my list always. But and I've noticed that there's a thread when it comes to those names. And I'm going to get into the New Japan stuff, a little bit after this. But I noticed like with those names, there's a pattern of how much of your style um, is based off of them, especially when it comes to the Stan Hansen and JBL thing. you know, I've seen your matches, and the way you throw those lariats it's like a science. I mean, because I think what Regal was saying, a clothesline knocks you down, a lariat knocks you out. You know what I mean? So like that's the equalizer. Like you really have to know what you're doing when it comes to those lariats, and especially when it comes to when it comes to hard hitting type like uh, Japanese, you know, New Japan type of style. That you know, like certain things that's the way that you have, like I think it's something about your approach to matches that really stands out. And I think those names right there like really have a certain thread when it comes to putting the puzzles together in terms of how you approach the matches. Would you say that's kind of the case?
I just like to knock people out. That's all. Just it makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but it's just that's it. It fuels my soul, man. You know, a lot of people have this winning mentality, and don't get me wrong, wins are amazing. You feel me? I'm a different breed. I just really only care about how much pain I can inflict on you when that bell rings. It's fun for me, you know, like just it makes it funner when I actually have an opponent that's not weak. You feel me? Then it's a true war that I'm honored to be a part of, you know. But that rarely happens. I rarely get an opponent that's not scared. So, you know, we just kind of stay in the mind frame of just here to fuck people up, respectfully.
Pretty much respectfully, right?
Respectfully.
Yeah, I was thinking about naming this episode either respectfully or straight ruthless. You know, I'm still deciding about that, but you know, and in fact, since you mentioned that, it's going to open up a little bit of gateway. Since you're talking about, you know, opponents, you know, like that are, you know, that really a worthy match. Who would you say are your best dance partners, if you will, other than Wolf, maybe? You know, who would you say are like some of your best dance partners that you got in the ring with that you know that really like bring the fight as well?
Other than Wolf, okay. Not a lot of people can hang, but Aaron Ash.
That's a good one.
Hold on, wait a minute. Aaron Ash, Damaris Dawkins, like Damaris, she's just a ray of sunshine, but at the same time, she brings it, and I have a blast wrestling Damaris. Jordan Blade, I got to tussle with Jordan a little bit, and just a little interaction that we had. I had a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit! I wrestled this kid named Percy Ryan here this past weekend when I made my debut at IFC, and there's a new kid, but yo, kid has spunk. Definitely Manders.
Okay.
I even had fun wrestling Alicia Edwards. She was tiny, but you know, she packed some fire. So for that, you know, nothing but respect. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, so far that's it. Like anybody else that I've wrestled, You know, like they haven't, like they don't. Oh, wait,
Got another one. Another one coming up to mind.
no, no,
Mm.
no. I know when it was me and Brick City, I will say as a whole, prolific.
Ooh.
I unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because like I didn't want to ever put my hands on Tyree nor Marcus Marquis. You know, like I said, my stuff was only with my best friend, my A1 Day One, Isaiah Wolf.
Right.
Who was also my wrestling nephew.
Mm.
They're all my wrestling nephews, but you know, I got put in the middle of shit again.
Ooh.
So it was me and Brick City Boys against Prolific for the Tri Wizard semifinals at Pro Wrestle Magic.
Mm.
And Wrestling Prolific as a whole, I could truthfully say that they brought it.
Mm.
As I would expect them to. So can't leave them out. Those are definitely another group that, yeah, them
Absolutely.
two. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, you know, like, you know, in fact, I'm gonna get to prolific in a minute, but another question I want to ask, since you mentioned those dance partners, has there ever been a time where you may have had the opportunity to go up against the likes of like Big Swole or like Trish, Fedora, since you're on the indie scene, if you will, have I know that you crossed paths at Black WrestleFest, but has there come a point in time where a chance may have come up for you to get in the ring with them?
I would love to wrestle Swole. Swole has I've known Swole for a little bit. Um, I actually first time I met Swole was at Kofi Mania at Battle Club Pro. And
Wow.
then the second time I saw Swole was when I had my AEW tryout. And then after that, you know, it was just to the point where you're like end up being on the same shows, if not in the same area. So like I would definitely love to wrestle Swole. As far as Trisha Dora, we've been on shows. Um, but at the end of the day, she's smart. She stays on her side. She doesn't want to know what this Lariat does, and that's fine. Um, Respectfully, disrespectfully,
Oh
however
well.
you want to take it. That's just how it is. And
Right
I
now.
stay on my side. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Um, that's just that's it.
Mm. Okay then. Well, I think that enough said on that topic. You know what I mean. So I don't know if Trish may happen to be watching this. I doubt it, but I'm just saying. You heard it here first, but whatever. Anyway, now that I wanted to bring up, in fact, prolific was actually one of the topics I wanted to bring up. So how did you connect with them in the first place?
Um, I've actually known Isaiah for years upon years. Actually, way back in the day, um, him and a couple other people tried to get me up here to New York, and it just didn't work because the person they was trying to get me up here was cheap as shit.
Oh wow.
So we always stay cool. He always had my back. Um, Inside the ring, I could send him stuff. He'll watch it. Outside the ring, he's always been there for me. And one of the trying times that I had was when I was out for a year and a half, and it was just the worst. And he was one person that stayed by me and kept kept hope. Him and Deshaun kind of like kept me um stable, I guess you could say, to a certain extent. And little did I know, Tyree and Marcus have known about me. Those just was the guys who I haven't met yet. So once I came up here and I started back my return tour, I had the chance to hang out with them and kick it with them before me and Isaiah start, clashing and bumping heads, and it was like the dopest thing ever because it was like as if we'd known each other for like decades. You know what I mean? Like usually when you meet somebody, it takes a while for you to get as close as you are. But when I end up meeting Marcus and Tyree, it was just like just meshed perfectly. It's like, oh shit, family. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
and ever since then, things been great. Things haven't been great between me and Prolific as a whole because, I tried to make sure I keep Tyree and Marcus out of my business wolf. Excuse me. But that didn't work at all. And I had to put my hands on Tyree as well as Marcus.
Wow. I didn't know about this. I didn't. Yeah,
I don't want to really say. Oh, no. It's on IWTV, Pro Wrestling Magic, Haunted Kingdom. Go watch it. It was a 6-man tag. You feel me?
Right.
I didn't want to hit out of everybody in Prolific. I didn't want to hit Marcus because Marcus is my favorite nephew. Definitely. I say it all the time. We hang out, we kick it, we chill. You know what I mean? Like we go on road trips together. We have a blast. So Marcus got it the most lightest. As far as Tyree, Tyree found out what that lariat did. And Tyree also has a lariat as well. So, it was like a chastisement, something that I didn't want to do, but it had to be done. You feel me? At the end of the day, they still won and they advanced to the finals, for the Tri-Wizard championship. You feel me? So like I'm regardless, I'm still proud of them. Like no matter how much me and Isaiah are beefing or we are going at it, it doesn't change the fact that I still support Prolific. They are by far one of the most powerful and dominant stables that needs to stop being slept on and being taken more seriously because Prolific runs shit and they show it all the time. You know what I mean? And whatever you think you know about Prolific, you don't. And they show it every time they get in the ring, why they're prolific, why you prolific swipe, Yeah. Self-made, get paid. You feel me? I don't know the motto. Actually, I do know the motto, but see, self-made, get paid. And then they play spades. I believe so. I believe so. I believe so. Don't quote me on it because that's their thing.
Okay.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people like wonders. It's like, no, man, I love Prolific. You feel me? Like that hoodie that I have, I bought before I started commencing to trying to beat the hell out of Isaiah. So anytime I get to wear that Prolific hoodie and at the same time just irritate Isaiah, I'm here for it. Legitimately. I know how he feels about me going around to different promotions, especially in New York, as well as outside of New York and around the surrounding areas, wearing his logo and just having a blast. Like I said, it's not a disrespectful thing. Mm-hmm. It's not. Like one of the things that I told him before we started bumping heads and not seeing eye to eye was, I just wanted to like be here and help, because like the one thing that used to really irritate me is I would see people that said that they ride with him or they ride with Prolific, but yet their actions would show otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, if I can come up here and, watch out for my best friend and have his back and, be here for him, I'm good. Only thing I care about is making sure that by the end of this year, everybody know who Isaiah Wolf and Prolific is. You know what I mean? So and regardless of the beef, the goal hasn't changed. Now it's just, instead of people getting to see Isaiah Wolf do his thing, they're going to have to witness me beat his ass in order to find out who Isaiah Wolf is. Respectfully. Right now it's 2-1 in the best out of 5 series. I'm up. Right. And life is good. I've literally tried to, sit down and have a conversation with him because, things have got out of hand. He doesn't want to. So, for right now, life is good.
Wow.
All is well. I'm still on top and he is losing right now. So, yeah, respectfully. Disrespectfully.
I love it. I love it. Talk that game. You know what I mean? Because because the thing is that rivalry is absolutely entertaining because of the fact that you do not let him have any peace at all. Like you do. Like Isaiah could just breathe, could just blink his eyes, and you are on his back on Twitter. I'm telling you. That's why I did that Invincible meme. When Clash of the Castle happened, and he said that Sheamus versus Gunther match, and all of a sudden you clap back or quote tweeted, responded, or whatever, and that's why I made that meme. Isaiah likes a great match, Ruthless LaLa, right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's just funny that you made such a big thing about me not coming to you privately when I wanted this match, which I did, but you ignored me. And then yet at the same time, I'm trying to talk to you to have a fucking conversation with you, and you want to be petty and go on Twitter the same Bluebird crowd that you talk trash about. You go on there and you can respond, but you can't respond to me. Bet. All right. Bet. What, you know what? I hope when you wake up and you get ready to step out your bed, I hope your floor is wet because he hate wet socks. I hope I do. I wake up just wondering what type of ways he can wake up and his day is ruined. I want him to wake up and just fall on a fucking pile of Legos, fuck that. You feel me? I want him to wake up and he goes to turn over and there's a Power Ranger stuck up his ass. You feel me? Anything that can cause annoyance or pain to him, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Just.
Oh my gosh, yeah, seriously. You know what I mean? This man don't get no sleep at all whatsoever. That's why you say good morning to everybody except for him. But yeah, but the thing is also with Prolific real quick before I move on is that when you're talking about them, I'm very much impressed because I was at because obviously you remember I was at Black Wrestle Fest. That's the first time we actually met face to face, and so when they had that match with Jobber Tier South, the way they came out as a unit and the way that match went out, it reminded me of the Shield versus Evolution, right? And so and like I say, and with the way that with the way that they fire on all cylinders, I mean, that was by far the absolute best match of that event, respectfully, of course.
Respectfully.
Yes, especially with the way that you tackled, with the way that you took Wolf down. I was like, oh man, but also another thing I want again to speaking of, I know how to make transitions. Believe me, I noticed that you're very much inspired by anime. That's why you had that Beerus mask in the gear. So what are the other anime inspired shows that inspire your gear and whatnot, your characters?
Well, I only have Beerus right now, but I do partake in watching Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen. I've started Chainsaw Man. I'm really big on Demon Slayer. I was using on Attack of Titan, but Aaron just pissed me off, so I haven't really been watching it. I'm not gonna lie. What is it? Record of Ragnarok is my ish. Baki is also something else that I love watching. Kenshi Ashura is also something else that I love watching. People keep telling me about JoJo Bizarre Adventures. I'm eventually gonna start watching it. I'm pretty sure this is gonna irritate some people, but they'll be fine. Oh, my phone's dying. I am not a fan of One Piece. I know a lot of people that are. I am. I gave it a shot. I gave it a chance. People be like, "Oh no, you just gotta give it a chance." Last time I stopped watching One Piece, I was on season 1, episode 119, I believe. So for the fact that I said it's season 1, episode 119, and I'm still not sold on it, I'm good. It's not for me. I don't hate on people that does watch it. More power to them. You feel me? It's just not for me, and that's cool. Not gonna do it. Nope.
Nope, not gonna do it.
I've actually been watching The Black Butler, which is something that I rock with. I like it. The Life of the Immortal King is actually something else that I love. Tokyo Avengers. I'm waiting for that the new season. I'm really upset because how that shit emotions.
That's how I felt about Game of Thrones in the last season. That's how I felt. I felt the same way about that. Yeah, wow. There's a lot of stuff that shows I didn't even like pay attention to like that. You know what I mean? So now you're really like filling me on a whole bunch of extra anime stuff. And like just a few things I wanted to get into as well. Did you get a chance to see the women's 150 list from the from PWI?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I don't. I've learned to keep my mouth closed on certain things that I know that even if I speak from straight realness, it's gonna still be misconstrued and taken the wrong way. So I choose not to respond to the 150 and just say congratulations to everyone that was a part of it, and just move forward. That's it.
Hey, say no more. But speaking of lists, by the way, congratulations on you being ranked ahead of Wolf on the BW 500. At least that's something that we can that we can get into. You know what I mean? So like the fact that you are ranked 115 and Wolf is ranked in the 200s. Yeah, like was it 250? I believe. Yeah, so it's just that I mean, like, oh yeah, 236. So you're ranked 121 spots ahead of him. And I know it bothers him. It's like I said, I'm not gonna hold you because with your phone or whatnot. But the thing is, what this reminds me of? Remember in Dragon Ball Z, like when Vegeta would do everything he can to be at his strongest, and Goku's always ahead of him. Like it's like that meme where Vegeta's standing in the rain and he's looking up. And he's just sad because he knows like Kakarot's always like steps ahead of him, even when he's not even trying. So that's what it feels like right now.
Man, I don't know how he feels about it. I really didn't look at it that way. Honestly, like as petty as I am, I didn't look at it that way. The only thing, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, even though like we are at each other's throats, when I was notified about it that I made the list, I literally went and to check if Prolific was on there. Because regardless of whatever I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? Like those are still my boys. Even Wolf's punk ass. So like, to see that, everybody is eating, that is something that I'm still really overly enjoyed by. And that's why I say, regardless of the feud that, me and Wolf are going through, it doesn't change the fact that, I want to still see him succeed as well as his group. You know what I mean? So that doesn't change at all. Just because I'm beefing with somebody don't mean that I wish them, bad luck. You feel me? Right. Like I can whoop somebody's ass and still wish them the best.
Absolutely.
So that's how that goes.
Yeah. And the thing is, I totally understand it because this feud is just straight up kayfabe. Like the whole thing, the beef, whatever. It's kayfabe, you know, because in reality, you want to see them succeed, and that
I
is
mean,
what they're
it's not even kayfabe. It's real. It's real shit. You
doing.
know, in the streets, in wrestling, like I want to see them succeed
Yeah,
regardless. You know, this is me and Wolf feuding only has to do with the fact that he doesn't he doesn't take me serious. You feel me? Like
right.
he feels like I come off better just staying, you know, wrestling women because I'm not ready for him or I can't hold my own with him. But yet at the same time, who's in the lead in the best of 5 series? I am. And all
Right.
it's gonna take is one more match. Match 4, I shut this shit down and
Oh yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's it. So, you know, it's a on some real shit. You know, at the end of the day, I want him to do nothing but succeed. I want nothing but great things for him, Marcus and Tyree. You feel me? But at the same time, he's gonna put some respect on my name. And even if I have to continually to beat it into him, that's what's gonna happen. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah.
And once he gives me that respect that I've deserved, that I've busted my ass for, you know what I'm saying? We're done. That's it. Like there's no, you know, we're gonna like go skydiving and then, you know, say, you know, rubber baby bumpy bumpers, you know, 10
Ah,
times, you know, to be
right.
cool. Like, no. You know, once I whoop his ass for all the disrespect that he's given me and I feel sufficed, I'm good.
Mm. Hey, there you go. You know that's hey that's the conclusion of the chapter,
I
and
mean,
all.
even that, like he thinks he does something when, you know, like I'm doing my entrance and, you know, he wants to come in and like swerve kick me in the head. Like, you know, like he's like a child. Like he enjoy these things, but at the same time, you know, he talks about how I can't hang, but yet he does, like he hits me with his deadly arsenal and I still come back. You
Exactly.
feel me? So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you keep saying what you want to say, you can keep making these memes, you can keep making jokes, but at the end of the day, everything you throw at me, I catch it and I give it back to you and it don't bother me.
It
I ain't
doesn't.
these other people who are scared. Like I'm gonna get in your face at whatever I say on the internet. I can say in your face. I'm not a keyboard warrior. You feel me? My
Go.
pull up game is still undefeated, regardless on anybody. If I say I'm gonna pull up on you, I have pulled up and I've handled my business like I said I will.
That you have that you consistently do, um, and also like you know also another thing how things in you know if you don't mind me asking since you're doing the New Japan tour you know how's the experience been so far since you know since you've been you know been over there at least you know getting the chance to you know to get some experience to work there whatever um, how's that been?
Um, it's actually been really fun. I have the opportunity of working with him a few times, helping out, and like half of the people that are on the roster I know personally. Like, you know, I know Eddie and I know Homicide, you know, like I know these guys personally and Smiley and, you know, a whole bunch of other people that are on the roster. Like these are guys that I've known, that I've seen, and that, you know, I've had the opportunity to sit under and like learn. So it's like to get to hang out with my boys and at the same time, you know, get to see how fans interact and how, like, when it comes to a New Japan Pro Wrestling show, people don't know what a budget is
Mm,
or what a price tag is.
wow.
They're just like that and that and that, that, all of that. I need it. Thank you.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Wow. Yeah. So it's all it's all about the you know the love of the game, the love of the you know the sport you know of wrestling of itself. It's just that passion, that dedication that they have, you know,
Actually,
for so many
the
years.
the hardcore match they had with Shingo in it, I actually have the kendo stick. The kendo stick was
Oh,
given to me. So I've been like massively excited about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I really want to beat the shit out of somebody with it. But everybody's like, no, you know, like you can like, you know, put it up as a memorabilia. I'm like, but it's me. You feel me? Like, he beat somebody with his kendo stick. Therefore, I need to repay and put prestige on it and beat the fuck out of somebody else with it, and just keep just keep it going.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Just keep the tradition going. And and like I said, and also one more thing before I go. I want to do at least a little bit of a name association. So so I'm gonna throw a couple of names out, a few names out. And you can give me one word, or at least a story, if you will. At least at least just to keep it brief. Like it's a name association. Let's say Roman Reigns.
Tribal chief, the head of the table. I have been through the trials and tribulations with Roman Reigns. Like, as far as when he was in FCW before it became NXT,
Wow.
up until now, you feel me? And I'm still rocking with him. There was times that I feel like the times of why I did feel like I feel is because they wouldn't let Roman be Roman, and
Right.
now he's being him, and the shit's beautiful. That's one of the reasons of why my BCW title I've named it Tribal Chief.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
legit. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So
I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief. There you go.
Same here. Another name I'm gonna throw out there: Undertaker.
Legend. Phenom. Will always be dead man walking. Period.
Absolutely. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Rebel. Unorthodox. Crazy. And pull up game undefeated as well.
By far. The Rock.
He is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Legend. Entrepreneur, multi-talented.
All those things. Okay, two more I'm gonna throw out there. Bret Hart.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And I will leave it like that.
And the last one, Shawn Michaels.
Yo, that's the Heartbreak Kid. He's called Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. Regardless, no matter what WrestleMania Shawn Michaels went into, whether he won or lost, he's shown why he should be called Mr. WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels is a true definition of going in there and leaving everything in the middle of that ring. You know what I mean? And so definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Actually, is a bonus name. Bianca Belair. It's the last one.
Bianca Belair is just the best. Her and Naomi, and it's no offense against Sasha, but her and Naomi are two people that have fought so hard. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to see them get any amount of flowers is something that is beautiful and amazing. You know what I mean? So I take my hat off to both of those women. If you really want to be honest about it, if you had to, if I had to give you like three women who I just think is amazing and like are at the top for me, it would be Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Because these are three Black women that are doing their thing and they're going to the beat of their own drum. Like, they're not trying to be the same, what you're used to. They're doing them, and like, I love it. And you can put Sasha on there because she's also doing her thing. You feel me? That's why when a lot of people get ready, to talk trash about her and Naomi and be like, well, if she really cared about the fans and loved us, she would have never left. Like, you can go to hell. You don't know what we go through, like, at all. Just as easy as y'all are to want to leave and quit. You know what I'm saying? When, you don't get like an extra hour at work, like, you don't know what we go through in the backstage. You feel me? And honestly, half the people that swear up and down of how we should be in wrestling couldn't even deal with 3 days on the job. You feel me? So it's like, Hey, but I digress. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those women, respectfully. And I love Rhea Ripley. Like I do. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like I just want to see her one time in person, just hug her and tell her like her whole energy is a whole move for me. And I love it. Like I love it from top to bottom. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rhea is the franchise of Judgment Day. Like she is the MVP of that group. She is the one that she is the sun that group revolves around. But as far as those names, for one, shout out to Bianca and Jade receiving their flowers. On the women's 150, on BW 500, BRP 50, all those different things. They're definitely receiving their flowers. And I'm also giving Naomi flowers as well as Sasha, for all that they're doing. And so, like I said, it's been a pleasure, to have you on, because you have been on my radar in terms of guests that I want to have on this podcast. Marcus is definitely someone I definitely want to have down the line eventually. But like I said, LaLa, I appreciate you taking out this time, being a woman of your word, and I absolutely love and appreciate all that you do. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to those Twitter spaces, which are hilarious, by the way.
Oh man, I appreciate
it. Especially somebody wearing a blue suit, dressed like a character from Tekken 8. You know what I mean? So, but all jokes aside, like I said, also, if you want to let everybody know where they can find you, where how they can follow you and connect.
When I am done recharging and I connect back to social media, you can catch me on Instagram at Str8 Ruthless One, STR the number 8 RUTHLESS the number 1, or you can catch me on Twitter, Ruthless LaLa. You can catch me on Facebook, Ruthless LaLa, Twitch, Miss What That Lariat Do, YouTube, Miss What That Lariat Do, TikTok, Miss What That Lariat Do. You type in Ruthless LaLa on Google, I'm gonna pop up. I'm Googleable. So if you don't remember anything that I say, just type in Ruthless LaLa on Google, and everything you need about me will pop up and will be live and indirect in your face, respectfully.
Respectfully, on that note, thank you very much for joining, LaLa. It's always been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Love you.
Nah, man, love you too. Thank you for having me, man. You have a blessed one.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Ruthless LaLa, and thank you very much for listening.